Breaking free from porn, day 19. Where to start today? It's been good. I've got some plans later on that I'm excited about. And I think that's a big part of recovery, right? Is you have to do the internal work, obviously, but also the external motivations to not give in, right? Because no one wants to go to a social event or be around other people after you use porn, right? It's a clear deterrent, having plans and being active. So I've been trying to pick that up because, by my nature, I'm a bit of an introvert, so I'm trying to change that in general, but with the added benefit of getting out more, in addition to just helping my life in general, it also is, motivating me to stay away from porn. So that's good. And what I've been dealing with recently, and I think it's a topic that doesn't get discussed enough when it comes to recovery, is the feeling of, how would I phrase this? I guess similar to many drug addicts, alcoholics, something they describe is the lack of excitement that comes from a life without their substance. And I should say the perceived lack of excitement. But I think that's something with porn addiction that I've noticed when I really start to get into the place where I'm getting closer to breaking free. Like, I'm at obviously day 19 right now. And I think I've been to 3 weeks a few times. So this isn't, technically the furthest I've ever been. But in this last probably 6 months that I've really put an effort into quitting and things have started to click, I've noticed that when I do get 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, and when the benefits start to become real, I also notice the lack of excitement. Almost like I'm missing something. And it's different from cravings, which are still there, and urges. But I think this is something that I really need to spend some time with, grappling and coming to terms with, is that, for probably half of my life, porn has been something that has provided me with a serious level of excitement and a temporary rush, temporary energy. And it's obviously that's not easily replicated. And that's why it ruins your brain ultimately. But in the moment, there's nothing that can quite capture that high. So I think coming to terms with living a life without that temporary, momentary, fleeting excitement, and living a life that's more content, and recognizing that trade-off is what I not only want to make, but I need to make. I need it. I need to accept that if I'm going to live the life that I want to live and become the man that I want to be. So that's not something that I think I will come to terms with, overnight. But as I always mentioned, through meditation and through mindfulness and just general awareness, I think I'm starting to accept that. And I think accepting that will ultimately, more than any kind of coping strategy or urge management technique, I think accepting that I'm going to live a life without the temporary excitement of porn will be a lot more important than any short-term strategy or technique. So that's my little rambling thought process today. I hope it's not too rambling. But I think that's something that not a lot of people talk about. And the more people who do recognize it, I think the better chance we have of recovering from this stuff for good. So wishing everyone a fantastic weekend and stay strong.